So good afternoon, students. So today we are going to learn about the what is the operational amplifier and what are the parameters of a operational amplifier. Okay, so we starts now. So what is operational amplifier? So this is the symbol for the operational amplifier, and it has the uh, two input terminals. First is your non-inverting terminal, and second is your inverting terminal. So this positive terminal is your non-inverting terminal and negative terminal is your inverting terminal. So it has two inputs and one output, and it amplifies the difference between these two input signal. So that is output is equals to the gain into the difference between two input. Suppose this is your V1 and this is your V2, then it will be V1 minus V2. So it amplifies DC as well as AC signal. And why it is known as operational amplifier is because it can perform mathematical operation like addition, subtraction, integration. So hence it is known as operational amplifier. In previous in back few in some previous years ago, now we use the digital communication or digital computers are there. There is the analog computers are there. At that time the addition, subtraction, integration, these operation are performed by using the your operational amplifiers. So hence it is known as your operational amplifiers. So these operational amplifiers can act as a filters also, low pass filter, band pass filter. It can act as oscillators, comparator, regulators, that we are going to learn. Okay, so here this is the circuit, equivalent circuit of the operational amplifier. Suppose this is your non-inverting terminal, this is your inverting terminal, then this one is your input resistance, and at the output there is a your output resistance. This one is connected to the plus VCC and it is connected to the minus VEE. Is as we have learned the differential amplifier circuit in the previous video lecture. Okay, so this is the equivalent circuit of operational amplifier. So this one is the input resistance and this one output resistance. So ideally this operational amplifier should have the high voltage gain. These are the characteristics of the ideal operational amplifier. Means actually it is not possible to have all these characteristics, but practically, but actually in ideally what we have considered is that it should have the high voltage gain. Infinite high means very high, so that's why infinite voltage gain. The input resistance should be very high, so it is known as your infinite input resistance ideally. Output resistance will be very low, so it is taken as the zero output resistance. It have a very good frequency response, means it can amplify zero frequency signals to the very high frequency signal. Hence it is known as it has the high in infinite bandwidth. Then it should have the infinite common mode rejection ratio and infinite slew rate. So that we are going to learn in the next slides. We will start now. So these are the parameters which of operational amplifier which I have explained here. Or there are another parameters also. So means what is the open loop gain of an operational amplifier, what is the input impedance, what is output impedance, what is the bandwidth of operational amplifier. Actually it is infinite ideally. Then what is common mode rejection ratio, what is input offset voltage, what is input bias current, what is input offset current, and what is slew rate. So these parameters we are going to learn now. So this is the symbol for your operational amplifier. So suppose positive means it is your non-inverting terminal and negative means it is inverting terminal. Okay, that is very much important. ऑपरेशनल एम्पलीफायर के सिंबल में क्या होगा, ये पॉजिटिव कौन सा टर्मिनल है, नॉन इन्वर्टिंग, और ये निगेटिव कौन सा है, इन्वर्टिंग. पॉजिटिव इन्वर्टिंग टर्मिनल यानी क्या होता है, अगर मैंने कोई भी सिग्नल पॉजिटिव को अप्लाई किया तो वो पॉजिटिव में मिलेगा, मतलब इट इज इन फेज. अगर कोई सिग्नल मैं निगेटिव को देता हूँ तो आउटपुट में मुझे वो क्या मिलेगा, आउट ऑफ फेज. मतलब उस पॉजिटिव सिग्नल देते हैं तो वो क्या मिलेगा, अपने को निगेटिव मिलेगा. ओके, So that is the difference between inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal. So inverting terminal has output out of phase, while non-inverting terminal has output in a phase. So that I have explained you in the previous lecture. So you'll learn about the first parameter, that is open loop gain. What is open loop gain? This operational amplifier have this, which do not have the feedback network now. So if it is do not have the feedback means output is provided to the input, this feedback is not here. So that is the open loop operational amplifier. And what is the gain? Gain is the ratio of output to the difference between these two input signals. So VI difference means V1 minus V2. And what is output? VO. So what is the gain of this operational amplifier? It is the ratio of output divided by difference between two input signal, in a signal at inverting terminal and signal at non-inverting terminal. We will take in non-inverting first, then inverting has negative sign. So this gain should be a, ideally this gain should be a very high, but we cannot determine that this much high amount, so we'll take this high gain as a infinite. So what is the operation requirement of a operational amplifier while designing it is that it should have a very high gain. Ideally we can consider that it should have the infinite gain. Okay, so this is about the gain of operational amplifier. Next is the input resistance. So this is the equivalent circuit of operational amplifier. This is the resistance which is in between non-inverting terminal and inverting terminal. That is known as your input resistance of operational amplifier. This input resistance should be very high. This resistance should be very high, so that this terminal, okay, I have to use here pen now. So this terminal is act as a your virtual ground terminal. Okay, virtual ground means at that point the voltage should be equals to 0. Okay, so this is known as your virtual ground terminal. Why it act as a virtual ground? Because your input resistance is a very high. This input resistance is very high. Very high means we will take it as a infinite ohm. So due to that, this terminal is act as a virtual ground. That is the important concept regarding operational amplifier. Why we have taken this voltage as a 0? Because when you solve the equation for inverting non-inverting adder subtractor, there will take voltage is equals to 0, because this input resistance is very high. That's why this terminal is act as a 0 voltage, so it is taken as a virtual ground. And third parameter is your output impedance. This output resistance of operational amplifier must be very small, very low. So that's why in ideally it is taken as 0, and practically it is not 0, it is some ohm, also ohm is there. So these are the first three parameters. It should have the high infinite open loop gain. It should have the infinite impedance or very high impedance, input impedance, and it should have the zero output impedance or very low output resistance. So fourth is your input offset voltage. What is input offset voltage? Offset voltage means the voltage which is applied between these two terminals. If these are the two terminals, if I have to apply the voltage between two terminals such that the output will be 0, okay, then that operational then that voltage is known as your input offset voltage. Okay, suppose this is your, if I have take this one is your operational amplifier, and this is your output voltage, and there are two terminals. First, this one is your, suppose this one is your negative terminal and this one is your positive terminal. If I have to connect, I have to apply the input offset voltage between these two terminals, or you can take it, suppose if I have to apply certain voltage there, means if there will be a some voltage source. Okay, so this is your V, as this voltage is applied between these two terminal, negative terminal and positive. Negative means inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal, so that this output of a operational amplifier should equals to 0 volt. Okay, if when this that voltage is known as your input offset voltage. So what is the input offset voltage? The input offset voltage is defined as the voltage that is applied between two input terminals of operational amplifier to null or zero the output. Okay, so this is simple. That is your input offset voltage. Next is your in practical amplifier. It is about of 2 millivolt or something like that. Okay, input offset current means that the there are two current, input offset current and input bias current. Input offset current means it is the difference between the current entering into the inverting and non-inverting terminal of a operational amplifier. Okay, and what is input bias current? Input bias means the current IB plus, it is the current through your non-inverting terminal, and IB minus is your current through the inverting terminal. If you take the average, average means addition of two divided by addition of these two currents and divided by 2. This is known as your input bias current. And uh, next is your what is your in bandwidth. Okay, so these are the these are the currents we have to take when your output is 0. Okay, when your output is 0, then what is the difference between the in inverting and non-inverting terminal current is that is known as the input offset current. And if you take the average of these two currents, then it is your input bias current. Now next is parameter is your bandwidth. What is bandwidth? Bandwidth means the where the range in which the gain is your maximum. Okay, here you will understand. So 0.7 0.77 of the maximum gain. So this starts from here. This is lower cutoff frequency, this is higher cutoff frequency. I have explained this in a multi vibrator, a multi amplifier. So this bandwidth means it can give it can pass or it can filter any frequency of signal at the output. So that's why we'll say that it should have the infinite bandwidth. Means an operational amplifier has infinite frequency response, means it responds to every frequency. So it can amplify the any signal from DC, that means it has the zero frequency, DC to highest AC. So any frequency signal it can amplify. Practically it is not possible, it has certain limitation. It can amplify from certain lower frequency to the certain high frequency, but ideally what they have considered is that this operational amplifier can have infinite bandwidth, means low zero frequency to the very high frequency can be amplified through this operational amplifier. And next is the common mode rejection ratio. So what is common mode rejection ratio? Common mode rejection ratio is the ratio of differential gain to the common mode gain. Means if you have applied two input voltages across the operational amplifier V1 V2, and that gain is known as your differential gain. And common mode gain means if you apply the same voltage to this operational amplifier, then output should, then that gain is known as your common mode gain. Okay, actually this gain should be 0, but practically it is not. Any quantity divided by 0 means this value should equals to infinite. Okay, so if I take this common mode gain, this generally what is the your you will get some differential gain here, AD. Okay, a suffix a suffix a. Okay, we will remove this. So that is this is the ratio of your differential gain to the common mode gain. And if you got any something your differential gain, and this common mode gain is ideally should be 0. 1 by 0 means infinity. So that's why we say that the operational that ideal operational amplifier should have the infinite common mode rejection ratio, that we are going to learn in this lecture, that it should have the infinite common mode rejection ratio. Okay, but what is CMR? It is the ratio of differential gain to the common mode gain. And in terms of this, actually it is in problem it is taken in terms of dB. So at that time this is written as 20, this log to the base 10, differential gain to the common mode gain. So what is CMR, common mode rejection ratio? It is the ratio of differential mode gain to the common mode gain, and ideally it is the infinite. So next there is some problems are there on the common mode rejection ratio. We will take these problems on the next video lecture. So the next is your slew rate. What is slew rate? Slew rate means the change in output with respect to the time. Okay, the change in output voltage with the time, that is known as your slew rate, and this should be a very high. Means as the output change, some input is changes with respect to the time, there it will be reflected at the output. So this slew rate should be very high for a your operational amplifier, and it is measured in uh, volt per microsecond. Okay, so this is about the parameters of an operational amplifier. Okay, and what are the parameters of operational amplifier? First is your open loop gain. Okay, second is your input impedance, third is your output impedance, fourth is your input offset voltage, input offset current, input bias current. It should have infinite bandwidth, infinite common mode rejection ratio, that is most important. What is common mode rejection ratio? Differential gain to the common mode gain. And ninth one is your slew rate. And what is this? Is the symbol for operational amplifier. Remember that positive terminal is your non-inverting terminal and negative terminal is your inverting terminal, and this is the equivalent circuit of your operational amplifier. So we will stop here, and in next video lecture we are going to learn about the application of operational amplifier. Okay, we will take problems on CMRR on the last when these applications are over. Okay, thank you.